90. That's it right there. He's holding it up. And if you really want to see it and order it, links will be down below in our description. It's all happening now. As always, kids, don't touch that dial. And I got to tell you, a shout out from my buddy, our friend Eric Singer of KISS. He was just saying that Bobby, man, as for playing with RATT, there's no other drummer that can do what Bobby does. And Bobby, you got to hand it to him. And that's a shout out from Eric to you.
Eric's a longtime friend of mine. He was actually playing with Lita Ford when she opened for us in '84. So, I mean, I go back further than that with him. He's a great drummer, super cool guy. I haven't seen him in a while. I probably should hit him with a phone call. Hi, Eric, if you're watching this.
So before, was Jakey Lee in a before version of RATT?
Yeah, Jake lived down in San Diego with Steven. Steven started this group in 79, 78 or something, called Mickey RATT, which was a play off on an X-rated comic book called Mickey RATT. He was like the badass brother of Mickey Mouse, you know, smoking joints, doing stuff with other Mickey female rats. But I never quite put it that way. I'd like to retract that. Maybe the visual. Yeah, so they moved to LA. You know, him and Robbin had teamed up, but he had Jake in the band initially. And when they moved to LA, they kind of just, Robbin and Steven went this way, and Jake went that way, and Chris Hagar or something from Rough Cut. So Jake and Chris ended up in a band. And then you had Steven and Robbin, then they pulled Warren in. They had some other band. Steven started, I was in this band called Vic Vergat in 1981. I was 21, touring around all of Europe and opening for Nazareth. And then over here in arenas opening for Nazareth. And they played some of the TV shows from this band that we did in Germany on MTV, like when it first started. I remember being on the road in '81 and everybody was talking about MTV. And I didn't really know that our thing was on there, but Steven had seen it, and I had met Steven through some friends at a party or somewhere in LA, and he just moved here. And that was it. And he got a hold of me after the band Vic Vergat had lost the backing. We were on EMI in Europe and Capitol over here, and I don't know, didn't make the cut, whatever. So I was like, damn, man. I got my endorsements with Ludwig, Peisty, ProMark sticks, Remo heads. I got all those that first year, and we didn't really sell that many records or anything, but I was, I don't know, persuasive with these people. But and I'm with the Yamaha now. Ludwig, I respect and love them, but I'm been with the Yamaha since '87. Nonetheless, Steven called, and I went down and saw him at the Whiskey, and I was like, I wasn't sure, you know. I felt like I'm going to get a call for another arena band. I mean, I moved on that arena stage, like, no fear. I was like, I'm home. This is it. And I felt, you know what I mean? It felt very comfortable and awesome and just unbelievable, you know. But anyway, after a couple more phone calls with Steven, I went down and I decided to join up with them. And then I brought Juan Crucier into the mix. And that was in March 12th is when I went down there and decided after the rehearsal I'd do it. Thankfully, you know, good move to stick with it, you know, obviously.
Great chemistry with the band.
Yeah, it was fun. There's a lot of drama that people hear about out there with us, and you know, it's just the way it is. We're not alone. Look at Aerosmith. Look at Guns N' Roses. I mean, every fucking band, dude. It's like, people don't understand. They're like, why can't you guys just get? It's like, okay, you ever had a fight with your wife? Try having 5 wives, and it's like, everybody. It's maddening.
It's tough. But let me ask you, man, you get all this drama and all like the clickbait videos, interviews, and if you say one thing, it goes off. But the love, like Robbin Crosby, for example, a guy like him who's not here, you know, and what was, you know, now, like if you could say something to Robbin, like you did, was there ever something that you didn't
I
say to
would
him?
say this. I would say, Robbin, do you remember this night?
Yeah.
That's me and Robbin. And I'll tell you the quick story and I'll answer that question in more detail. But we were playing, let me think here, 87, we had opening band, Cheap Trick and Poison. And we were going up into the kind of Midwest area, north, up in Idaho, Montana, Wyoming. So we had like 3 days off, which was very unusual on a tour. It costs a lot of money to have down days, especially when you have 8 semis and 75 guys on the crew getting paid daily. Our tour manager said, hey, blah, 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 knows of this spot on this lake, and it's an insane lake, Colorado River water fed, blah, blah, blah. We're thinking about going and staying there for a couple of days and then, heading over to the arena. And we're like, fuck yeah. And me as a boater, and going lifetime person at Lake Havasu out in Arizona with the Colorado River water. I'm like, I'm all about that. So we used to get so much alcohol on our rider, backstage rider. It was just over the top. I mean, there was like, seriously, 10 cases a night of Budweiser, Jack Daniels, vodka, this, that, food. So whatever was left over, we would store in the 2 band buses, and when it would get totally full, we would have a party somewhere. So this party lasted for 2 days. That's where that picture of Robbin is I just showed you. We're dancing around the bus, having just a great time. And if you look at us, I mean, I see Robbin in his Hawaiian shirt, me, tank top, we're dancing. You can see other people dancing the bus. I mean, that's the way I remember Robbin as a normal person. He was this rock, star figure, as we all were, but he was over the top, hovering at 6 feet 5 inches. We call him King. He was the king. So right now, I wish he was here, and I wish he chose a different path, but it did him in. But he's still here with his music, and I still feel his aura. I have different stuff of him up around my house and that sort of thing,
Yeah, his music lives on. I mean, a great songwriter as well. Big part of the RATT band, huh?
When he was out, man, the chemistry flipped.
It switched, huh? When he left.
It's totally, it flipped like it flip a coin, not for the good, All of a sudden, it just, on the 91 tour, grunge was coming in. We were accustomed to filling 18,000 seat arenas every tour. And all of a sudden, I'm looking out from the stage and I'm going like, fuck, dude, what?
That was Mr. Bobby Blotzer. And if you want to see more of this episode, you can check that out in our VIP All Access Backstage Pass in Patreon. In the meantime, do me a favor, put your comments down below. Always love to hear what you have to say. And make sure you subscribe, hit the bell to be notified because we have more Bobby Blotzer. See you all later.